Hello and welcome to a special program called Cricket Predicta, brought to you by 1xBet, Womegi Infrastructures, Delhi NCR. Yeah, what a historic day has been for the Indian cricket at the Edgbaston. Shubman Gill, the skipper, leading from the front, and he resumed the day at 140 not out, went on to make his maiden double test 100, and what a way it was to make a brilliant 269 of 387 deliveries. He also became the first captain to score a double 100 on English soil, achieving the milestone with the class and calm. This is only his third inning as a test captain, and this knock has already stamped his authority on the leader as the leader of the future for the Indian cricket team. Gill found solid support from Jadeja, and together they stitched a campaign of 203 runs. Yes, exactly. Imagine getting 203 runs in the middle and the centre is very crucial. He fell at 89, but his inning was crucial because he steadied the ship, gave the resilience and also a power-packed backup. At 25 years old, Gill is now the second youngest Indian captain to score a double century with Test, only behind the legendary Nawab of Pataudi, after which this medal is named. And with 269 runs, Gill is also overtaken Sunil Gavaskar and Rahul Dravid to record the highest individual score by an Indian in England. Well, there are three important questions right now. Without Jasprit Bumrah, the debutant Akashdeep rose to the occasion. Can Indian bowling make that dent, considering they had England rolling on their knees at 19 for 3? Root and Brook did steady things with 50 plus stand, but England ended the day at 77 for 3, still trailing by massive 510 runs. India, thanks to Gill's masterclass, now it's the bowling that needs to build up, take up the mantle and carry forward. Second question, can the English make a fight back? Because whenever you're playing at Edgbaston with 510 runs, it's a huge thing. Third and the most important point is, can the Indian spinner Ravindra Jadeja also come handy with the ball? Considering it's the third day, the pitch is going to be spinning a lot, and let's see. We've got three of the best voices in the game who are present with us. John Nyumbu, of course, who's played for Zimbabwe, who's got a massive turn of records, but more importantly, he's now currently based in England, does his cricket, love for the cricket, but more importantly, he joins us for the entire series. John, welcome to the show. Shubman Gill's 269 is the maiden 100, double 100 for a captain. How important is it, considering he's building up his temperament, class and resilience? Your views?
Wow, what a knock it was from India captain Shubman Gill. 269 in England is a very, very, very good performance as an individual, and the temperament that he showed in that inning was so good, was so calm, was so composed, was so unfazed, that for me it shows that that's the leadership quality that he has, and the benefits of that is that the team, in the midst of any chaos, in the midst of any excitement, will always be well grounded, because that's how their captain is, that's how their captain looks, and the way he's so calm in the way he bats, the way he plays his strokes, the way he exudes elegance in his cricket is very good to see. And like I said yesterday, that this knock, we hope that it translates to everything else that happens when India takes on to the field. He took a magnificent catch to get the first wicket for India in the slips of when Ben Duckett edged one. The first test, India didn't catch well. The captain has set the tone, first by scoring 269, and then secondly by taking a good catch in the slips to set the tone for the fielding and bowling side of things, which ended up meaning KL Rahul takes that catch, which ended up having India being on the front foot after their first innings. It's very commendable of the way he's led, and the way he's led with the bat, and the way he's led even on the field.
Cricket is a game of stats and also about continents, and where you make the runs are more important. Of course, Gill became the first Asian captain to score a double hundred in Sena countries and joint quickest Indian captain for a double ton abroad. What is your assessment? How do you reflect on the growing years of Shubman Gill as the skipper?
Ever since Shubman Gill started playing for India in all formats of the game, we have never had any doubt of how good a batter he is. And it was only a matter of time that his impact as a batter was going to be so evident that we could not ignore it. But then the stat that says it's the first Asian captain to be able to score runs in South Africa, in England, in New Zealand, in Australia, in conditions that are a little bit foreign to the Asian batters, just goes to show what a good batter he is, what hard work has put in his game from the time he started, the growth that we can see in his performances, and I think with this 269 is also for him to be able to assure himself that he is world class in Test cricket. We've seen what is done with the white ball stuff, and for him to add this little bit of stat in the ultimate game for me, which is Test cricket, shows the impact not only as a captain, not only as a batter, but also as the future of Indian cricket.
John, when you look at Ravindra Jadeja, his 89 runs did come in handy, but more importantly, he put a stamp that he is one of the best rated number 6, number 7 player for India. Remember, he walked into this tournament, he walked into this series as the highest run scorer and the highest wicket taker. And he's proving nice to his mantle. And when you look at his previous inning, he was a part of the collapse. Do you think he's risen from that mindset completely?
The partnership between Shubman Gill and Jadeja was so crucial for India because, like you said, after having lost quick wickets in the first test, towards the back end of the inning, they just stemmed their authority at the crease. And Jadu, having been one of the most successful Indian cricketers in the test side of things in England in the past few occasions, both with bat and ball, just showed his class. And it just reminds me of a similar kind of test match when a down and out India without its big names played Australia at the formidable Gabba for Australia, where they didn't really lose a lot of games, and people wrote India off, and they produced a magnificent performance to turn the tide. So for me, this test match is potentially headed to that, but for it to head to that, India have to make sure that they bowl well tomorrow. But this partnership between these two batters, Jadu and Shubman Gill, has managed to put India a bit on the upper hand, and it was very crucial for them that they didn't lose those quick wickets, because that big 500 run total could have easily been maybe a 380 or early 400 target that India had posted in the previous test that had the game hanging in the 50-50 balance. But for now, with the way they batted, with the way they controlled the game, has enabled their team to sort of, maybe we can say, be on the front foot in this test match.
Well, before we let you go, John, let me just ask you, are you satisfied with 587, considering it's a huge mammoth task? But at the same time, India doesn't have the firepower of bowling swing, seam, hitting the deck and turning it away bit more than what the English batters anticipate. Do you think Indians will have to do a lot of catching up, considering that they've got good wickets, all right, but it's a new day? And how do you deal with the new day? Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, we could say India is on the back foot, but then again, from the way the last test played and from the way this one is going so far, it just takes one or two big partnerships to be able to get back in this game. And for England at the moment, they've got probably two of their best batters at the crease. And if these two guys bat for a long time, like how Shubman did, like how Jaiswal did, like how Jadu did, like how Washington Sundar did, then this test match could be back in it for England as well. Because for them, a draw will be a very good result, especially after getting India to score 500 plus in the first innings. But still, yes, India we could say that is on the front foot. India can make inroads tomorrow morning to ensure that England is well on the back foot. But for me now, yeah, they're a bit on the back foot, England, that is, but they can get back into it. But a couple of wickets tomorrow, ruffle up the feathers, get either Joe Root, Harry Brook, or both of them out, then we could potentially see India stamping the foot to ensure that they get a result in this game. So tomorrow morning for me is very crucial to see if indeed England is on the back foot, as we say, if indeed India is controlling the game, as we say, or a big partnership can come between the two batters in, and that game just goes back to being more or less like a 50-50 kind of wicket because of the way the wicket is playing.
This question is actually for the critics, who said that this match is going to end up within 3 days, India is going to lose out and walk forward. But guess what? England is trailing and over 500 runs. When you have that massive trail, do you think India will push in for a follow-on?
See, it completely depends on England right now, what exactly they have the plan. The plan is clear right now from their side. They have to bat it out. They don't have to lose those wickets. They have already lost 3 wickets. They have lost their best batters. I mean, from number top to their middle order to their lower middle order, they have a very good batting lineup and can apply their ball, their approach in a very positive way. But they are in a catch 22 situation. What exactly they need to do? They wouldn't go out and out. If they go out and out and play ball cricket, that will be advantage for Team India right now, because the approach that England needs right now is to keep those 17 wickets with them. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. And if India gets the advantage of asking them to follow on, definitely then it's India's game, because you have another 2 days to go if you don't count this, if you spend this date. But again, England has a clear strategy. They have a clear aim right now to get a 300, close to 300 total on this day. If they have to survive this game, if they have to play longer, if they want to avoid the follow on. But for now, I think it's India's game, and England will have to just go out there, show patience, like how Shubman Gill showed in the first innings, how Yashasvi Jaiswal played. I mean, of course, yeah, they need to get 3 figures mark from a couple of individual players. If they don't do it, which is good for Team India. If they are not able to do it, India's game completely. Some way or the other, England will have to change the approach today from ball to play Rahul Dravid kind of cricket, or maybe the cricket that they have played before. So some way or the other, you have to build a wall. But I would be happy that if they show that ball approach and they lose wickets one after another, I would be a happy man. Any Indian would be a happy man right now.
Well, let's look at some collapses that India has had. The first test match was a massive collapse. In 30-40 runs, you lost out 6 or 7 wickets. A cluster of wickets over 130 runs. when you have a series like that and suddenly you make a comeback, score 587 runs, do you think they've come of age? It's like a vintage wine that's coming in, brilliant things that are coming into it. Your views?
See, I think it's more than it's the runs that have counted so far. I mean, India had got a good start in the last game at Headingley. They had got a good start. They managed to put up a respectable total. They managed to see Jasprit Bumrah get 5 wickets while others couldn't. So some way or the other, it's not extra corrections that they have done. They have simply applied themselves. They got a 500 plus total, which plays psychologically. Mind you, it plays psychologically on the head of the opposition. It starts playing on your mind. This is the advantage that they have got, which they couldn't get in the first test match. In the second test match, thanks to Shubman Gill's double ton and a good start, and of course, you can't forget Ravindra Jadeja, the way he batted, the way he supported Shubman Gill. Some way or the other, that has helped Team India get a good total and 3 wickets. If the bowlers have that cushion, I mean, obviously they can't stay relaxed even if they get a 600, because if you stay relaxed, if you become comfortable, you will start losing a lot of runs. You will start losing that advantage, because a relaxed attitude isn't good for any team. But then again, the best part is you have an Akash Deep who bowls accurately, may not be on par with obviously with Jasprit Bumrah. No cricketer in the world right now is on par with Jasprit Bumrah. He's extraordinary. But the best part is these guys have put the ball on the line. They have learned from their previous mistakes. They know exactly they have a cushion of 500. They need to just bowl in the right areas, which they did, and that is the best point. They got 3 wickets, and which were crucial wickets for England. I hope Prasidh Krishna delivers. I hope Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar apply themselves, get wickets of the middle order. And that is where, I mean, you saw what exactly Joe Root did. He got a beautiful off spinner away going delivery that castled one of the batter stumps, Indian left hander batter stumps, which helped England. But again, you have two left arm spinner, finger spinners, which can be effective, especially when the sun is out. It's very it won't be easy if they get a little bit of turn. They are going to be difficult bowlers to handle for England. Some way or the other, we've got a right combination. We've got a total that can help Team India, go through, level up the series.
Well, when you look at the sessions, India seems to have dominated 4 of the 6 sessions. Of course, English bowlers have had their pick and say, but there was few and far in between. But when you look at it, do you think 500 behind approach, can India bounce back with the bowling and again take the lead in the first hour? How important is it going to be the first hour, your views?
See, again, I go back to that answer. If England plays basketball cricket, I think that's a positive sign for Team India, because you have a cushion of 500 total and you have a good bowling lineup. I mean, I'm not, I would love to count Prasidh Krishna. I hope he has learned something, what wrong he did in the last match. I hope the bowlers, the bowling staff, Morni Morkel, has helped him understand what are the areas that he has to bowl. Especially, you have to bowl full in English conditions where it helps swing a lot. So if you don't bowl full, it's going to be an advantage England. But some way or the other, the best part is you have Akash Deep, who's bowling beautifully, who's bowling, pitching the ball up. Now you have a Siraj. He has learned from his mistake. Akash has helped getting back-to-back wickets. Siraj coming in, streaming in. I mean, you need to see what exactly Prasidh Krishna and the other guys can do. I don't think so. India should let anything lose out in today on today's day, because today is very crucial. The third day, the match will be decided. England, on the other hand, yeah, Root, Harry Brook, they are the best. I mean, it's Joe Root. I mean, some way or the other, you have to take out that thorn, uh, which might affect you, which might injure you, which might see you, wound you with those injuries. So Joe Root is the guy. I mean, he's going to play tough. He's a He's a batsman who can play long. He's a batsman who can score double, triple hundreds, and the form has been on his side. Luckily, he hasn't done wonders in the last two innings. I hope he doesn't do it. So I think it's India advantage. Let not lose this advantage, because if we lose this particular advantage, enforce a follow on. The key would be to get Joe Root out, and then the game is yours. But again, second innings, it's 20 wickets at the end of the day that you have to take. You have taken 3 wickets right now, another 17 wickets. Just push yourself hard. You have 3 days to go, in fact, including today. So if you keep on pushing, if you're consistent enough, put the ball in the right areas. This is your game, Team India. While England will do their regular job, Joe Root is the key right now.
Well, thank you, Toss. We are now, before we conclude the show, we are now joined by Sharandeep Singh. Yes, of course. Sharandeep Singh has played for India, but more importantly, he's been the national selector for India and also coaching the Delhi side, and also is an active member of the Delhi Premier League. Only 4 Indians have scored double centuries in both Test and ODI. Tendulkar, Sehwag and Rohit. Now Shubman Gill. What does this say about Gill's evolution, especially from 424 and runs in just 3 innings in the series? What do you make up of the massive score he's managed to put together?
Look, Shubman Gill is a phenomenal player. We all know that. And the way he's batting in England right now at the moment, especially after becoming a captain, he took that responsibility and he's shown that he's mature enough to handle that pressure. And he's playing so beautifully, and he's deserved to be give him a recognitions like what we given to Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Virender Sehwag. And this is the form which we are looking from Shubman Gill. So many talks happens all over the places. Either Shubman Gill can do it or not, but this is the way he gives his answer with his bats all the time, and keep doing it like this, Shubman.
Well, when you look at India's fall of wickets, it shows a strong recovery after the early blows. Do you think India is good at recovery or good at from the word go? Because they've got to accelerate at the same time, take wickets at regular intervals. Do you think the mental strength of the new generation of Indian batters is completely different and a great departure from what we saw in the earlier 2000? Your views?
Yes, definitely. When you play such a great innings like this in such a tough conditions, playing in England is not easy. We all know that, because the wickets are too much moisture on the wickets. Ball swings all the whole day, and shot selection has to be very, very careful. And this modern day generation kids, they are playing so beautifully. They handle that pressure so well. Especially start for Yashasvi Jaiswal. He missed his 100, but the way he batted, I always said, he took all the pressure, and just the way he batted, so he released the pressure from the middle orders, especially Shubman Gill, and the way he batted, the way he scored his double 100, that's phenomenal. They are showing that they can take the place of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and when they are doing it really well over there. And keep doing like this, especially Rishabh Pant also, the way he's batting. All 4 batters are scoring hundreds in every game. That's so phenomenal thing for India. Now it's time for the Indian bowlers, that you have a big total on the board. Just get that wickets, bowl properly, bowl well, and win the test match.
Well, there you had it. You had 3 of the best voices of the game talking about cricket, India, Headingley, Edgbaston, everything that makes this show of stats, stories, data and drama put together. This is Sunil Ashkala signing off from the wonderful studios here in Delhi.